Are you having a gin and tonic already, or?
I'm on call. I can't.
I know.
But I wish.
Yeah.
Wish. Okay, so let's do this. So prepare for bariatric surgery. I think is a very important thing, right? So
Mhm.
when what I try to tell the patient is when we go to the process of the first visit, and when the patient starts to gag, I tell them, listen, start make some changes, right? In your dietary habits. Just take one thing at a time and make a change. 1 month, the next month, do something else, right? You start making changes. Don't wait until the day of the surgery forward to make changes. Start make those habits now because it becomes easier for you afterwards. One thing for sure, when we see them in pre-op, I said, listen, very important. You start walking around more. Get your body ready for the operation, right? Start figure out things what you like, what you don't like, what protein shakes you like it, activity, which activity you want to do, right? You start exploring these things, right? Um, and also mentally very important. Start to understand what you're getting yourself into. That's why we have our own psychologists, because if we feel the patient needs some help and assistance with that, we can plug in right away. I think those are the big and major things, right? Dietary changes, start making slowly, activity to a certain degree, right? And figure out what you want, how you want to approach this, how you want to tackle afterwards.
And
Right?
and from my personal experience, and tell me if yours is different, but I noticed that most patients that do that pre-op before the surgery are the ones who do the best. And there's a small portion of patients, not big, but there's still ones that are sometimes say, okay, well, I'm going to have the surgery, say January 1st. This is kind of my last chance to really eat whatever I want.
Right.
And they do that, and they even gain weight sometimes pre-surgery. And I noticed that those are the patients that they do, everybody does well the first year or so, but then those are the ones who end up really falling off the wagon, as you called it previously, and gaining the weight back because they didn't really make that change. And I feel like also that this is one surgery, and nowadays obesity is so common that if you really just step into the street and just grab anybody, there's a good chance, probably 30% chance, that they're going to qualify for surgery one way or another. But but I don't really feel that we need to, if they don't come to you with the right mindset that they're ready to change, I don't feel like this is really right for them, because it is the patients really that already have researched it, have contemplated the idea, and have said, enough, I want to change my lifestyle. Whatever I'm doing is not working for me. It's not working for my family. I'm not going to be healthy there for my wife, myself, my kids, my grandkids, and those are the ones that really do well. And I'm kind of willing to basically take them along the journey.
No, correct. Right. And the people that come in thinking this is a quick fix is really not a quick fix.
Right.
Because the easiest part of the whole process is the operation.
Right.
The hardest part is afterwards, right? That your coping mechanism is not there anymore, right? So you have to make that change. There's no other way around, So you're gonna have to face your demons, as I call it, right? You have to deal with it, right? I mean, you're not gonna be able to take that on food or snacks or sweets or whatever it is,
Right.
So I think it's always important for them to prepare for that way.
Right.
I think it's more than sometimes people think, and by no means this is the easy way out, right? Like I said. So anyway, I think that's the good devices that we give to the patients, and we are always here to support them. As a team, as a practice.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we offer that I feel like most patients could really, the ones that use it really benefit from, and those who don't probably should look into, are the support groups. And you sometimes participate in those. I sometimes participate in those as well. And then we have them usually with our dietitian and Linda and our bariatric coordinator. And I feel like they have a good idea once they basically participate in those, because you get to hear it firsthand from somebody who's had the surgery, say 8 years ago. And they'll tell you their ups and downs and how truly their journey was, the realistic idea of how really things are going to be. And somebody who's had the surgery 2 weeks ago, and somebody who's still not having surgery. I had one log in the other day, and she said, I just wanted to hear it from all of these people, because she's still thinking about it. And once she did, it made her feel so much more comfortable, basically, about what she's going to expect and what it is going to be truly like, and the ups and downs and the difficulties that face you after surgery, and the good things that, of course, come with the surgery as well.
100%. Totally, I could not agree more. One thing which is also important when we tell with the family during the pre-op or during the journey is we see that a very supportive family, spouse or friend, kids, it really helps the patient to feel very confident and they can go through this journey, right? Also, what I think I started to see a little bit more is that friends or family that have surgery, they bring their other friends or their other family, so they go on this journey together. Like today, for example, I operated on a patient that I operated on her spouse 2 weeks ago. So they're going on this journey together, right? Which is this the best way to do it, right? Because one of the best ways to do it, because they're able to give a support system to each other, and they're making the same changes together in the same household. So the chance of them to be very successful for a long term is very high, very, very high. So I think by all means, a support system can only add more success to you. I don't know what you think,
I completely agree. And I actually have seen this time and time on, that when they have the surgery together, or not necessarily at the same time, but like you said, a year apart, a month apart, they tend to do much better, because one tends to understand not to bring in the temptations to the house as well. And I feel like also what you mentioned really beforehand, not as only just not in support when they have the surgery, but they also start bonding over new things, bonding over choosing the healthy foods. So instead of, beforehand, their thing on a Friday night, say, for example, was to go eat unhealthy foods, now their thing would be to do something together, including, looking up healthy recipes. Or their thing becomes going to work out together on bike rides, or on, going swimming together, something that is really healthy. And they really can also continue that relationship together and grow together. And they help to encourage each other as well in that sense. And like I said beforehand, one person tends to eat in a household, whatever the one that does really the cooking or brings in the food brings. So if, say, for example, you cook at your house, your wife, your kid, they're going to eat whatever you really prepared. And if you're bringing basically unhealthy foods, pizza rolls, etc., that's what your kid is going to eat.
100%. Your kids are always going to imitate your own behaviors, right?
Completely, right. And there's a lost cause at a 21-year-old kid, for sure, that got used to fast food. And now at this point, if you're cooking, basically you're starting to cook something healthy, he can drive himself to a fast food restaurant and eat it. But a 10-year-old can't. 10-year-old might not like it the first time, and I like it for 2 weeks, but then eventually he is forced to eat the vegetables and the protein that you made, and not the fast food. And if you get him used to that, that's what he's going to go up on. And so I feel like I like that, what I call the trickle effect, of one person having that surgery, and if everybody's on board, it trickles down to the whole household becoming healthier anyway.
100%.